Hi guys, my name is Dana. I'm a 2025 July bride. Here's what I did and kind of broad requirements on how to get married in a Catholic church. And before I get started, this is what I did. This is what my diocese and my parish wanted me to do. So going through this whole process, make sure you go through your parish and what their requirements are, because different dioceses, different parishes are going to require different things or what exactly you should do. Okay, so the first steps that you need to do is contact your priest, your parish, your diocese, or find a parish that you do like and talk to the priest, deacon, or the marriage preparation person to get started. This is usually around 12 to 6 months before the date that you want or whatever is available. For me, I just went based off what was available. During this process too, you will do all of your files, all of your marriage preparation during that parish, and then either that parish is going to send it to your wedding parish or that parish is where you're going to get married at. During marriage preparation, there's like a bunch of steps that you have to do, especially getting paperwork started. You're going to have to do a pre-marital inventory, which will end up being a questionnaire about your partner, just a lot of things that are kind of talk more about personal stuff or things that you probably didn't think of. And then you'll end up talking with your priest, deacon, whoever the marriage preparation was, and they'll see, like, are you guys aligned? Do you guys know, like, your beliefs together, like your morals and exactly what you guys are doing, or if you're going to continue doing Catholicism for your children and teaching them and continuing to go to church, a bunch of stuff. Either you or your partner or both are baptized in a Catholic church, which is really important. And then if the spouse isn't a Catholic or got baptized in a Christian church or whatsoever that is needed, a baptismal certificate that is updated 6 months before your date is very, very important, because it will be updated, as well as it will say your notations of if you were confirmed, if you did your first communion, or when you were baptized. It has everything on it. During this process too, you also will do a bunch of forms, a freedom to marry form, which is either someone related to you, 18 up and older, at least from what my paper said. And I just asked my mom, my fiance asked his grandmother, basically saying, like, are we good to get married? Did we have a previous marriage? Someone else is answering all these questions. Then the other thing is a dispensation form. So this could be, I'm going to be looking at it so I don't get it wrong. A Catholic getting married to a Baptist that is non-Catholic, a Catholic person getting married to a non-Catholic and non-baptized person, a Catholic person getting married outside a Catholic church. And then during this process, after you finish your classes, like for me, in Colorado Springs, in my diocese, it wasn't very necessary to do long classes. So we had 3 classes that were 2-ish hours, could be longer, could be less, and we had to get a certificate that we did that. I also had to take another class, natural family planning class, and I think in my diocese we had to do the Billings method. So this is just in terms of a natural planning instead of birth control, because the church doesn't believe in birth control. And then there's other things that you could do which aren't required for me, but I know some places it is required, like the couple doing a retreat in some form, either like a 3-day, 2-day, 1-day, couple hours, and you kind of also meet with other couples who are getting married at the church and get to know each other and, learn things about you and your partner even more that you probably didn't think of. Apparently, at least like when I did my manage prep, it wasn't really like, I guess like my deacon said that like there's actually a lot of people who end up learning new things about their partner, but for me and my partner, we were really settled, we were good. Like he was just like, oh, you guys really, align really well with each other. You guys know each other. And I was like, yeah, of course. And I'm also reading this too. If you are already civilly married, you will still be accepted at the church. It just will be considered convalidation marriage or mass or how it will be accepted at the church. So in other terms, everything is still the same exact process of marriage prep, paperwork, forms and stuff. However, the only thing that you will end up needing to do is just bringing a copy of your marriage license as well. And then I guess like when you get married, usually that's when you sign everything at the end of your mass ceremony. But usually in this case, not, because you already have your civil marriage license already done. But otherwise, it could be such a lengthy process. It just depends on your church, your diocese and stuff. But for me, marriage preparation went well. It was just the process of it being sent out was where I felt like uncomfortable, because your church ends up doing everything for you. You just bring it and do the stuff that you need to do, but they will bring and send it off and stuff. And like for me, I'm getting married in a different diocese at a different church, so it's a little bit more antsy because we're just waiting to make sure that they get it and then it gets approved. So yeah. But overall, that's kind of like a broad statement on how to get married in a Catholic church. If you want to know more information, go to catholicmarriageprep.com, or there's like another one that my deacon told me to go to do the marital inventory questionnaire, but really self-explanatory. And I hope you enjoy the process. It's kind of antsy because there's like so many things that you need to get done, but it will end up working out at the very end.